Hello everybody, and welcome to another collection video, the final one of the year, possibly. We'll have to see, probably, yeah, I'm gonna probably do one on all the new figures I get for the holiday / my birthday, but for now this will be the final part of this year. And we're doing my full collection because, after this week, my collection is gonna be kind of a mess, and there's gonna be a lot of figures not here. So, might as well do this here and now after I got my latest figures. My most latest one being, uh, Fireflight. Yeah. Anyways, first we're gonna start off with a part I never show, and that's my boxes. Yeah, my boxes are stored very weirdly. Well, by weirdly, I mean, it's a giant tower of boxes. And they are everywhere. Don't ask why there's bubble wrap up there. Just don't ask. But yeah, this is my box collection from all the years. Although I did not always keep all my boxes. It was only in recent years that I kept them. In by recent years, I mean recent time. But yeah, there's the Fireflight box. And there's a FNAF box. Don't ask about that. Yeah, no, TWD, but yeah, mostly this is just like figures. Like this. Well, besides a few things like this dinosaur in the way. Yeah. Yeah, I keep all my boxes here, like Commanders, Titans, everything in between. Those two aren't figures, ignore them. But yeah. But now I probably should get to the main event of this, which is the actual collection. So, where should we begin? We should probably begin with the G1 shelf. Now, this is my G1 Autobot shelf from Season 1 to Season 3. I don't have anything for Season 4, but yeah. You can see everyone I got here. Some of these figures are going to be replaced soon by much better versions of them. Looking at you, Wind Charger. Can't wait for 86. And especially you. Hope one day I can replace this guy. Wheeljack's going to get replaced soon. I just need to get Devastations. Mostly just because paint scratching and I'd kind of like to get a different color scheme. And maybe if they do a re-release of the 86 Hot Rod, I can replace this guy. But for now, I don't mind having that as my main Hot Rod. But yeah, this is my 86 Autobot shelf. Like I said, I finished the Perion, as you saw in my review. Awesome. I love having this guy. First proper Autobot combiner, not counting the CW knockoff Dinobots, which once I have the last 286 Dinobots, these two will disappear and go with their other three members, and then I will permanently combine them into Volcanicus, and then just keep the 86 ones for everything else. I'm really on the defense about wanting to replace this Sludge, given I got a really bad copy, and the transformation is screwed up. Yeah. Up here we have some, I call these guys like Terracons, or just like, that's basically what they are. Like, we got these shadow strips, which I use as Terracon soldiers, along with R.A.D. Scourge. This guy in the back is more of a G-Axis soldier, but I might use him as one. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Galactic Man, aka the Watcher, as you'll see in Megs. We also got Skylynx up here. He's too big for the G1 shelf, so he had to get moved here. Down here, we have all the alternate universe characters from the different continuities that I collect figures of. Not just War for Cybertron trilogy figures go here, but some other ones do. You know, like like these two Prime Bumblebees from the original line. But other than that, most of this, 99% of my collection is either Studio Series or modern day, like War for Cybertron trilogy, Legacy, Age of Prime stuff. With a few exceptions. Here we have the Movieverse shelf. That Prime is still missing an arm, not because I broke it, but because you'll see later why. You'll see in Megs why I'm having his arm like that. But yeah, we have all these guys. It feels good. I do like getting more of them, and I like building them up. And of course, I use some figures here that aren't supposed to be the characters they are, but as different characters, like this World War II Bumblebee I use as a movie hound. Don't ask why he's covered in green sludge. Just ignore it. And as well as like Trailbreaker, or sorry, Nest Ratchet, but basically Trailbreaker, and then Outback with this Pablo figure. Yeah. Down here we have the, what I call the worst figure shelf for Autobots. New member is this Ratchet, which I plan to use for Ratchet vehicle mode because I'm scared my 86 Ratchet will break. So yeah, he's basically just going to be relegated to vehicle mode usage. But most of these guys are, so it doesn't really change anything. This is my storage container for all my things, like gear, some random things, gear, mostly things like the Matrix and stuff go in here. This is like weapons for all the non-Autobot Decepticon factions, like Mercenaries, Herald, Beast Wars, all that stuff. This is my Decepticon weapons box. I would open it, but well, I'm gonna open it, but not take it fully out. Just because I don't want it falling. But yeah, you can see some weapons in there. This is the Autobot one, right here. This one is full of a lot of weapons. But that's because a lot of my Decepticon weapons are out of the box right now. Because I'm saving them for a project. But yeah, you can see all sorts of things in there. All sorts of weapons. And then this one right here, this is where I keep my instructions and things like that, like how to transform. This thing is full. I'm probably going to have to one day put them in a different container because this is getting ridiculously full. But until then, that's where they stay. Now up here we have my other two combiners, like 86 Devastator and CW knockoff Bruticus, who hopefully, after this holiday, I'm going to focus on collecting all the members of the new Bruticus. And we have the extra Silverbolt. If you've seen my review, then you know why I have this extra Silverbolt for Superion here. I'll fix that later. And then up here we have the Mercenaries, like the War for Cybertron trilogy Mercenaries, you know. There's not many of them here, but technically Nightbird should be up here with them, but I don't care. Nightbird's staying down there with the cons. Same thing with Sound Blaster and Buzzsaw, but once I get 86 Buzzsaw, then this guy will permanently stay up here. And this guy's staying up here no matter what. I know he was in G1 technically, but oh well. I'm keeping him. Before we get down to the G1 cons, here we have like the Sharkticons and Alicon. Yeah, nothing really going on here. Here we have my extra G1 Decepticons, characters that would be on the G1 shelf, but I have better versions of them, which is why Red Series makes this permanently here. And the Seekers, although they could technically go into the Alternate Universe shelf, but they're technically the G1 Seeker trio. So I moved them up here instead of, because soon I'm going to have Skywarp, Earthrise Skywarp. I technically already have him, but I got to wait till Christmas to open him. But yeah, here we have the Season 1 through 3 Decepticons in G1. Love this guy. Can't wait to get 86 Prime to rival him. I'm so glad I got this Megatron. But yeah, we got things like, you know, like Skywarp's the only one missing, but yeah, for now we have these guys. Funny thing, I wasn't originally planning on getting all 3 G1 Heralds, but I just got this. I know this is the Sweep and not the Scourge, but who cares? I'm going to use this as Scourge. Who cares that it's technically one of the Sweeps? I have no plans on collecting the Sweeps. Yeah. Goated. Not getting 86. Going to get 86, but just because I need the rest of the minicons. I would love for them to make a new Nightbird, but the likability of that is low, but hey, you never know. Maybe if that 84 line does come out. Or I guess 85. Here we have the alternate universe cons, you know, like from Prime and like IDW and Animated and Armada. All the stuff and crossover events. But yeah, this is where I keep them all. I think these guys should be on, I think these guys might be on the Autobots shelf, but for now I'm keeping them here because in all the artwork it looked like Spinister was holding them. So they're staying down here. Then next we have my Movieverse shelf, or Studio Series also. There's a lot of non-Studio Series figures here though, because I have gotten a lot of them, especially in recent time. And I do like having most of these guys, and of course you'll recognize like 99% of these have been in 07. And going forward, I'm going to use a lot less of these figures because I've ran through a lot of my Movieverse figures, unfortunately. Yeah, and then finally we have the worst shelf. Of course, again, it's the con version of that. Reese remembers this Cyberverse Shockwave. I got him from somebody gracefully no longer wanting him. Yeah. The next we have I guess we'll just go over here. Here we have my this is where I keep my Titans, like the Ark and Nemesis and Metroplex. So that's why he's in Christmas attire. And I do put, and then soon Tripticon will go here. I do have him. I just have to wait till my birthday to open him. But hey, it's like a month and 3 days away. Almost there, guys. Almost there. But yeah, here's some of the things. I have my Devastation game, my Transformer movies. I have 5 of them. I wish I had TF1 and the other, and Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast, but oh well. And then my Jurassic World, oh nice. And I did move Teletrain here because I just kind of figured I needed more room on that G1 shelf, so I decided to move Teletrain over here and keep them in robot mode. I have a few figures that I keep in their old mode anyways, although most of those are characters I only have, or that I have multiple of, unless they're the Titans. But yeah. Next shelf we have is this shelf. Now this shelf, this is what I call my model kit shelf because all these guys are model kits, like this Acid Storm, and then these free blockies. I got so lucky with Tarn. He was the one I really wanted, and the first blocky I got was him, which was awesome. And these two are pretty cool. I would have liked to have others, especially when I got this Grimlock, but oh well. I did like them. They're pretty cool, and I do plan to get more blockies. They are fun to collect. I guess I should mention this, but up here I have a few boxes also, like my Beast Wars and this guy. I also have my other 07 box over there. There's also my Gears, like Retro Gears figure. No, never mind. I thought there was more FNAF boxes up. Nothing. Then over here we have the Primes. Well, the ones that I keep over here. There are other figures that could go over here, but these are like my actual Primes and not my other figures I use as Primes. Most recent member is Alchemist. Review of him coming soon, guys. I'm going to work on that. It's probably my next actual video that isn't the Skybound dub. I don't know why his hands are like this. I guess I just forgot to fix them. But yeah, we got like mostly my only 3 Age of Primes. I do plan to get a couple more. I don't plan to collect all 13. But I do plan to get at least like 3 to 4 more of them. Sentinel and the Fallen. And then we have these plushie guys. I got them years ago. Like 2 years ago, I think. They're cool. I like them. Wish they had more. Over here, we have my extra G1 Autobots. My, this old Optimus I was using for a bit. I just moved him over here because, well, Red Series can't transform and it's not that big. It looks more accurate than him. And the same with Core Class. This Ironhide, for like a week, he was on that shelf, on my G1 shelf, and then my brother got the Earthrise Prowl 2-pack and gave me his Ironhide, his Earthrise Ironhide, which I like. I don't care what people say. I like it kind of over 86. I kind of like it. And then my CWD. Here we have like my vehicles, like my extra Bumblebee and Jolt, and then my like car mode that I use for Barricade. It's right under Bumblebee, like right there. The Optimus, and then these Lego guys. Over here we have my worst mercenaries. These are mercenaries I still use, but they're not that great. Only 3 of them are official. This guy's a bootleg. Past this Dreadwing figure, my first 07 figure I actually got in package. We have the Terracons, from Rise Beast, plus Galvatron, and then Famous Meg's character Galvatron 2. Yeah, pretty good. Can't wait to go back to this show. Just wait, guys. I'll come back to that soon. It's about to come back. Anyways, then we have the final section, because this is the last section. My Beast Wars section. They got this whole shelf to them, and they deserve it, because, come on, Beast Wars is awesome. It's what got me into collecting Transformers, because I was originally just collecting them for Beast Wars characters. And then it spiraled out of control, and now I collect everything. Now I love, and it got me. So if it wasn't for Beast Wars, if it wasn't for me discovering it, I would not be here collecting figures to this day. I'd have a lot of terrible ones. And that's just it. I would just only have terrible figures. Besides a few golden gems like my Bayverse characters. But I wouldn't have a single War for Cybertron trilogy figure or any of that without these guys. So I both thank them, but also don't thank them because it also led me into spiraling out of control. But yeah, I love these guys. Beast Wars, Robots in the Skies, even though I never saw that. Right in live action, like Rise of the Beast, and even OG Beast Wars, with that being my only one I own. But yeah, if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be here today. Yes. Anyways, yeah, that's all my figures. I believe right now I have a total of like 341 to 42. Yeah, it's hard to keep track sometimes. There's so god dang many figures. Like, just this shot alone is most of my collection, but then like you pan up and you just see all of this, guys. But yeah, that's the collection. I plan to get more, and I do have more on the way. Will I ever stop collecting? One day we can hope. Hopefully one day I can be done. I can just say I'm done. I don't need any more. But with how life is going, Hasbro keeps making figures of characters I've been wanting or just really need. Luckily, though, I don't plan to get most of the updated figures, like the update Seekers. I already have these two. If I just had Starscream, maybe I'd get them. But since I got this guy that I use as Thundercracker, there was no point in me getting the 86 Seekers. So and I already got Skywarp, so I just have to wait. Same thing with, like I said, with Shockwave, not getting the updated one. Well, I am getting him, but different reasons. Bruticus I'm only getting because this guy, he served his purpose. And some other characters that I do plan, like, Optimus, this guy. I kind of wish I got the other gears, but I honestly like this head more. I'm never getting a new Bumblebee. The only one I would maybe get is Devastations, but that's only if, maybe. I do plan to get a new Jazz, though, because I plan to get that 5-pack Jazz, because clear plastic. Some other characters like this guy, I wouldn't have even cared if I even had him. I only have him because I got this glorious King Grimlock right here. And yeah, but most of these figures over here are not getting replaced, even by new ones. Some of them, only some of them. Some of these guys will be replaced. But most of them, like RC here, will never get replaced. Or Bumblebee. But yeah, that's the collection. See you guys in, by the end of the year, or in 2026.